Hi, my name is Sophie L.G. and I'm one of the designers.
So yeah, just tell me about yourself as a designer and an individual.
Well, I'd say I've always sort of been a black sheep. I was adopted in my teens, and my dad, just growing up, did not get my look or whatever, but I went to a art school for high school, and so every day I was dressing crazy, and everybody at school liked what I was doing, but at home, nobody did. And then suddenly, one day when we were out, I was out with my dad, and all these women would come up to me whenever we'd go out, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, your outfit! Oh my God, your makeup! That's so beautiful! Did you do that to yourself?" And my dad just slowly over time was like, "Oh, people like her for this. That's weird." And then in high school, there's this fashion show thing, and I was really going out there and being myself. So it was like emo, feminine, just completely out there. And I knew my dad wasn't going to get it or like it, so I played the song that all the models walk out to one of his favorite songs. And then it's like worlds collided and everything made sense and exploded in his head, and now he thinks I'm a star. So I'd say lots of struggle before the acceptance, but now that I'm there, it's really good.
Yeah, do you think that struggle has almost helped you with
It totally has. I feel like if I wasn't rebelling or fighting in some way, maybe I wouldn't have pushed it that far to where I am.
So this question and the next one kind of tie in a little bit together, but tell me about your creative process.
So, my creative process, I guess, when it comes to collections is imagining the type of girl that will wear it. But for me, sometimes I get a lot of flack for this. I like to draw first. I like to draw this beautiful woman. I like to see how she'd wear her hair and feel out her personality. And, sometimes I get some comments that's like, "Stand there by the mannequin and drape. You gotta drape it. You gotta pattern it first." And I'm just like, "No, let me find the person in my head. Let me discover who they are." So it's definitely a lot of drawing pretty girls first before I pattern, I guess.
Is there a specific type of woman that would fit most of your inspiration and connection?
I don't know. I'd say maybe a woman like me. Maybe pushes the boundaries, but still is able to weasel her way into social acceptance, but witty enough to be able to commentate while also receiving the social benefits. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So what's the inspiration for your collection? It could be designers that have inspired you, a person in your life.
So the collection is titled The Reclassified Ingenue, and that has multiple meanings. So reclassified, I like that because traditionally we classify and categorize women into little boxes. So that's, a reclassification. But I also I'm taking classic silhouettes and redoing them. So it's another way I'm reclassifying it. And then you have the word ingenue, the reclassified ingenue. The ingenue means this naive, meek, doe-eyed, sexy, stupid little thing. So I guess to me it means taking that naive girl and putting her through this mold, and she emerges a more wise, mature figure who's able to reap those social rewards while still being witty enough to commentate on being forced to do that in the first place. So there are 4 looks in my collection. Each is inspired by an iconic old Hollywood glamour queen. My first look is an old Hollywood getting ready look. So it's think of an old silver screen starlet sitting there doing her makeup for hours and hours just because she doesn't have anything else interesting in her life to do. So that is big bustling ostrich feathers. That's called the Harlow, inspired by Jean Harlow, old Hollywood queen. Then the second look is it's a driving vintage motorwear look, and it's called the Renette. And that's sort of inspired by Ronnie Spector leaving Phil Spector, her abusive husband. She's a famous singer, and he was a famous singer in the day. So when I was designing this, I was sort of trying to think of a old Hollywood starlet that in some way is famous for escaping somehow. And I couldn't really think of one. I was thinking of old movies where the girl gets away, old convertible scenes in movies, whatever, and I just couldn't think of one, so I just went more literal, and I was like, what this chick would wear when she's escaping her evil man. So that's number 2. Number 3 is called the Josephine, and it's a chic little femme cocktail look. So it's both masculine and feminine, and I just sort of imagine like a lesbian in the 20s would wear this outfit to go see Josephine Baker. So it's kind of there's some disconnect on where the origins of the inspiration came from, but yeah. And then for the final look, it's like this super strong feminine pantsuit, and it's inspired by Joan Crawford. It's called the Crawford, and it's inspired by this one scene in Mommy Dearest where she's like, I own 72% of Pepsi Cola. Don't F with me, fellas. So it's just that very staunch, no funny business, signing checks, powerful woman. So it's like these 4 looks, each one of them can be used in like women have certain events we can dress up for. So each one of those is like an integral part of a woman's day, like her routine of dressing. So it's like dressing up, driving look, signing checks look, and like the party look.
Yeah, and this is just like a random question, but I see like a lot of like pink and red. Like, what was your
pink and red
like choice behind that? Why did you choose those colors?
Pink and red, I think it's just pink and red are so feminine, and I guess my collection, and I'd say me myself, I'm sort of interested in being so feminine to the point where like straight guys kind of wince, and it's like so feminine to the point you're almost like critiquing or commentating on that. So I guess just lots of pinks and lots of reds just to really push that. These are clothes for girls. Girls wear pink, but it's like also self-aware at the same time.
Cool. Okay, and then last question. What are you like most looking forward to with the fashion show?
I'm feeling super excited. I can't wait to get my models ready. Sometimes I make the clothes based on what I think, how I would look in them. And then when we were getting ready for the draping shoot, when I put the look on the model and I saw her ready, wearing it, walking, I was like, oh my God, when it's not on my little 5'7" butt and it's on this beautiful model, it's like a garment for sale. It feels real, like it feels like a real show. And it's not just me being cool, it's like, this is incredible. So I'm excited to do that for 5 girls and have them all walk out and look like they're from the House of L.G. I feel like when they all come out, it'll be so identifiably mine that I just can't wait to see how it all comes together.